A 2-0 loss against Newcastle United. Ten Hag and the coaching staff is definitely fuming. We found ourselves not at the races. We simply had absolutely no chance from the first whistle. Now, there are various factors that come into play, but the main point, we simply weren't good enough on the day. Newcastle were the better team, and we have to give credit to them for the way they applied themselves and the way they played their game. They are a more organized team and have seemed to be better defensively this season. We all know that they are the best defensive team this season in the Premier League, but that is not to say that we couldn't keep them out. We drew at Old Trafford, and in the Carabao Cup final, we managed to keep them out as well. This game, however, was a completely different game. We didn't seem like we wanted to win. We didn't seem like we wanted the ball. And when we did have the ball, we seemed quite confused as to what to do with it. Now, you could say that the international break breaks up a bit of rhythm with the way we played and with how we tried to set up. But we also should be able to remember what we did previously. Follow the same principles and rules as Ten Hag always says. But this game exposed a lot of our frailties. Lack of a midfield. Sabitzer and McTominay simply couldn't crack it. Now, McTominay scoring 4 on the international break, I myself wanted him to start, mainly because I thought Sabitzer would be a doubt. But since Sabitzer started, I would have expected Fred next to him, because McTominay and Sabitzer have never played together before. And now we see exactly why they don't play together. McTominay is a defensive liability, and Ten Hag chose to play him in a more forward position in the first half. And it didn't help because we couldn't progress the ball through midfield like with a Casemiro or an Eriksen. And that allowed Bruno to be starved of the ball, and furthermore, Rashford, Anthony, Weghorst being starved of the ball. So we had no way forward. And with Bruno Guimaraes, Joe Linton, and Longstaff, they basically dominated the midfield, and that was why we could not get a grip of the game. It left us exposed, and what made matters worse is that we had Diogo Dalot, who we know is not as good defensively as Wan-Bissaka, simply did not have a good game as well. Saint Maximin was simply running at him and running riot. And if it wasn't for doubling up against him, we probably could have lost by more goals. De Gea keeping us in the game with 2 crucial saves, but we couldn't capitalize and we didn't create any chances. Martial coming on in the second half gets one opportunity but couldn't put it away. And this shows a lack of squad depth. What are we without our first team players? And we also have to remember, this is the same team that we had last season, and we lost games like this. We lost games that we didn't feel we could win, especially games where a lot of pressure was applied. We're now laying in 4th position, and we potentially could end up this weekend being in 5th if Spurs win Everton tonight. And that leaves us with a bit of concern. It is not to say that our opportunities to gain Champions League football is gone, but it is also a concern because of our lack of squad depth. Who can we bring in to replace Bruno as a number 10? Sancho can play there, but has he done well since his return from his long break that Ten Hag worked on him with? It has been reported as well by Samuel Luckhurst that Ten Hag is growing increasingly frustrated with Sancho. And I myself am feeling the exact same way. When will we see Sancho impact the game like he did at Dortmund? When will we see a Sancho that actually has a good game and is beneficial to the team as a whole? We simply need to accept the fact that we are not where we want to be just yet. We've had a very good run and we seem to be going in the right direction, but we have to be aware of the reality. There are other teams that are better than us, that are more organized than us, and we are on a rebuilding journey. We will lose games. We will have bad performances. Certain players, such as Anthony, etc., need to properly have a full first season. In my opinion, Anthony had a good game, but was wrongfully taken off by Ten Hag. Ten Hag made a few mistakes in this game, starting McTominay, taking Anthony off, taking both Martinez and Varane off, which left us completely open at the back, and that's where the second goal comes from. Lindelof simply could not get to Callum Wilson, and Rashford found himself in a position where he did not want to be. Now, you could say, had we had Varane and Martinez on the pitch, we probably would have defended that better, have a bit more organization in defending a corner. But Ten Hag made those decisions and basically has seen the consequences. He risked it all to win the game, but it was not to be. We simply were not at the races, as I said in the beginning. We found ourselves not doing what we are known to do under Ten Hag. And he surely will want a reaction against Brentford coming up. We will be playing home, and we definitely need to make a statement once again. It is the business end of the season, and we cannot have a stumbling end to the season. We need to continually work hard, have good performances, fight for every ball, fight in every game. Luke Shaw himself said that they didn't show passion or desire, but that cannot be an excuse. That needs to be the main thing that they put out every single game. That is self-explanatory. Ten Hag is furious, and we definitely expect a reaction. It isn't the end of the world. It is only our second loss in 27 games. That is a very good stat. On to Brentford, and on to seeing us getting that crucial 3 points that we need. Thanks for watching. If you want more content on Manchester United, like, share and subscribe.